Hi, how are you? Good. I know. You doing good? Good. Yeah. Hello. Yes, we are. I'm good, but thank you for offering. I appreciate it. You doing good? We are. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. How are you? Good. How are you? Good. So you and Christy partners or are you the
Yeah, team. Yeah.
How long have you been in the business?
This is September 1st. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So pretty new, but doing good. Have one under contract already and the price fingers. So,
Nice.
yeah, right? That'd be great. I know, that's why I was like, okay, let's just like keep it going a little bit, and that'll be good. A little bit of, maybe one will close right before Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving, and then one will be right around Christmas. Okay, there's some like holiday money, I guess. So, yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing for holidays?
We have, so my whole family lives in Denver, like, we grew up here, so we have 50 people coming to Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah, and normally we have like 35, but this year we've grown a little bit, so this year we're adding it up, and we have 5 who don't normally come from New Mexico are coming up here, so people, you know, so I'm helping my mom, we host it at our house. So it's like,
That was my next question.
yeah, so she has it at her house, and it's like an open, pretty open, and, you know, can fit, you know, we host most of the holiday parties, but when you talk about 50, like, oh my gosh, like, we really have to like occupy her downstairs, so we're setting up like, we put like all the tables, you know, like this downstairs, you know, will that fit like 25 kids, because then the other 25, you know, will be upstairs, but we keep saying like it's kids table, but really the youngest kid is not really young, you know, because we don't have any babies yet, we don't have any like little youngsters, so it's just a lot of adults that occupy a lot of space and eat a lot, so.
Yeah, so does everyone contribute to the food, or?
Pretty much, yeah.
Do most of it?
My dad's family makes most of the food. They are very good cooks. My aunt has a catering company that she like does on the side.
Okay.
And then, so there's probably like two or three different style turkeys.
Okay.
And then, everybody brings something, you know, whether it's like a salad, a casserole, mashed potatoes, or whatever it is. It's a lot of food, but yeah, people are great, you know, everybody's pretty much in charge. Each family basically brings like, so that, you know, we don't have to feed everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
You know, we always go to, my husband's sister lives outside of San Francisco.
Okay.
And it's the one holiday commitment we usually have is Thanksgiving, but this year we have something come up, so we won't be able to travel. But it's the first year we're like, what are we gonna do?
Right.
I don't know, because my family's in Georgia, and usually Thanksgiving is not the time. And they don't live. I was born in the UK, and I'm Indian, and so it's not a big holiday for them.
Yeah.
But it is for my husband's family. Right. So I don't know, we might just do like a Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Type of
Those
thing.
are always fun.
Yeah.
We've done that before. One time, a bunch of my girlfriends and I went up to the mountains. We have a cabin up there, so we went up there for a weekend and had like our Friendsgiving. And it was really fun, you know, it's like more family, but it was really nice to spend that with friends that you don't normally get to maybe see or spend holidays with. So,
It's something that we would
yes. Yeah, maybe be interesting.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive. You have to let me know.
I will. I know, I'm like, I usually get everything set up beforehand. It's her birthday, it's her 23rd birthday right before Thanksgiving, the day before the 23rd. So it's your golden birthday, so you'll have people over for it. And then I'm like, well, I'll send you for that. And just hopefully it remains clean for Thanksgiving. But
I don't think people would notice either.
No.
You know?
Nope.
I feel like we're more.
with 50 people,
Yeah.
how are they gonna notice?
Yeah.
I don't think you'll see much on the ground or anything, so. We were going around to like our friends and relatives, being like, do you guys have any card tables? Bring them over and like put them downstairs to the other two folks. The few people are in the house, but we'll make it work again. Yeah. It is decent size because it does have a very like, the basement is a full basement. So, yeah, so there, it is a little bit easier to we have like 50 people sitting down to eat, you know,
Yeah.
so it's like,
You could get lucky and the weather could be so nice.
that's right, I know, right? It's crazy, I mean, my dad's 60th, which is right before Halloween, we were worried if we were having a good amount of people, and, we're like, well, I guess, you know, we'll have to see if everybody gets in the house, and I think it was so nice. So, bonfire thing out in the backyard, and have some people who were out there all night, so, yeah, you're right. I mean, you don't know right now what it's gonna be like, but supposedly, I keep watching it, supposedly tomorrow, snow.
Wow,
right?
It's not tomorrow.
I
I'm
know.
excited for this.
I know. Yeah. We'll have her use. Alright, alright. Good. Would either of you like anything? Want a copy of it? Okay. A lot of it. Jack, your presentation was so interesting last time. I told Leah that I would love to come to this. I just did this time. Oh, you're always welcome to come. Did you meet Tina? Yeah, we've met before. Here, you come into this meeting. Yeah, I just want. Yeah, that's first. Yeah, sorry, it's really done. Alright, I'm gonna write myself a description. Do you want one? Good, thank you. You said something about your 23rd birthday, this is a golden birthday? Yeah, so I guess this is how the year that you're turning on the date. So like birthday is 11/23, so November 23rd, and she'll be 23. So I guess that is the golden birthday. That happened when I was 7. Yeah, mine was when I was 8. Yeah, so I think a belated golden maybe, yeah. First you got one. Maybe it's been 11 familiar. Good day, yes, I've been. Oh, still in right. Yeah. I saw myself and said like a big thing. Yeah. I'm like, okay, too much. But I was buying it all for myself. And I why don't you just become a stylist? And so I became a stylist and host some parties and then you get rewards and buy 3 jewelry. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, I can't do that. But I know I wear it all the time now because like all that I have. Yeah, and you're like, it's like you feel like it's. Yeah, well, you can change it out. Like, this one actually has feathers that hook onto the back of it. There's for the holiday or most of their stuff is first of all, like you can put your heart and wear it. So sometimes I'll wear it like out during the day, and then I add a little bit something to it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Stella and Dot. Yeah, they're actually an online. Oh, yeah, they're.
Oh, Jack.
Couldn't be finer.
I like it.
It's very interesting how we do this online now. People actually click in.
Yeah.
Oh, so this will be online also.
Yeah, it is. Oh, see it. Even better. Yeah, that's good.
Turn the camera.
Thank you.
Hi, you can do that. I did that. I'm thinking, I don't know why.
Morning,
Why did I think through that?
You know.
I'll wait 2 minutes.
Oh, man.
58.
Yeah, since you got online, that's been down here, hasn't it? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got it all.
Thank you. Thank you. They were very supportive. Yeah.
Jackson, you're ready. Thank you.
That's all. Just some of the gifts that keep giving. Keeps ticking. All right, we ready to go there, guys? Okay. So just remind me again, where am I speaking to so that they can hear me?
Your microphone is right here. Yep. And we're good to go. We're going right now.
Perfect. All right, welcome. So new listings, let's start there first. With, new listings you might have. Great, anything you want to pitch?
Let's see, I'm looking for some acreage, maybe 2 to 5 in the Parker area, up to maybe $1 million, $1.2 million. Closer into the Parker, I looked at, tried to show you this out in front of town, but it's just a little bit too far.
Okay.
So maybe you can come out, let me know, and then have a property that sits on 10 acres in Brickell. Full ranch home, so. Yeah.
Right.
On the listing, coming on the market December 1st, it's your bedroom, 2-bath condominium, 4 blocks from the new Hooker Plumbing Arts School. Great stuff.
Very good.
25, 230. Okay. That's a Southland. 4-bedroom, 5-bath, huge master suite that has a separate 26,000 square feet. Cul-de-sac, there's one acre on one side. They reduced the price from 585 to 550.
Pretty attractive price now. I've seen the home, so very attractive price. So I have a couple new listings. 11965 Jake's Ranch, Centennial Ranches, which is basically Pine and Lincoln in North Parker. You can almost, you're probably within a mile of 470, right? It was a previously owned home by a Denver Bronco. It's listed at $2.3 million. Rooms, 8 baths. It's a big party house. It's got a pool. It's got a sports court. It's got a outdoor fire pit with outdoor kitchen. It's got a large family room that has a seating bar that's probably as big as you'd see in a restaurant. I mean, it can seat 15 or 20 people at the bar, just as a bar. So a big home, 12,000 feet on 2.5 acres. Saturday from 1 to 4. And then I have a listing coming on. I thought it'd be ready this weekend, but it's going to be maybe another week. 7903 Forest Keep Circle, 2.5 million. It's a golf club. It's spectacular. You know, if you're having someone looking for views, from Pikes Peak to Longs Peak, and there's nothing. I mean, of the houses lower, of course, but the houses don't come to play. It is a 11,000 square foot house. It has a huge workout center because the guy who owns this house, a trainer to the stars, basically. He trained Peyton Manning. Big time trainer. So he's got a full gymnasium with a whole bunch of weights and stuff in there that will go with the house. Flag lot kind of thing, so you're back high on the. Lon Hayduk, who's the ex-hockey player, is your neighbor 2 doors down. So it's that kind of neighborhood for sure. And beautiful 4 bedrooms up, on the main level, 6 baths. So really great home. It just the family room. They kind of have 2 family rooms the way they situate it. It's a very informal house, being this big. Really a formal dining room per se, as you would think. But most certainly, big great room where the kitchen is, and then a family room that has a back bar to the west that you could see Mount Evans and Longs Peak. windows. That's just pretty unbelievable. Big meeting room. So that'll be coming on the market the week after Thanksgiving. I just out there taking pictures for the seller who they need to do a few more touch-up things, but it'll be vacant, ready to go. And so we've got some neat listings coming up. So today's program, we give thanks. We try to kind of get you guys thinking of the words to use over the next 45 days. I mean, we've got Christmas, we've got New Year's. You're going to do more social fun things, we would hope, during this next 45-day period than you probably would in any other time throughout the year. So, and how do you use those strengths that you bring to the table to create dialogues, frankly, to be able to create things that will help you. So there's 4 areas I want to cover today. One is vision. One. Third is passion. And fourth is having a conscience. And you know, you don't normally hear that much about conscience in sales, but I'm going to show you how to use some of these 4 characteristics. So first of all, vision is seeing a future state or future program with today's eye in mind. We're kind of normalizing our real estate market. We're starting to see things level off for sure very seasonally, which we haven't seen the last couple of years. If you just looked at the last report, the inventory dropped 20% in one fell swoop, just boom, off the market, done. So that's a big reduction. It's not, I don't want to quite say it's a trend, but if the inventory were to drop again in December like it just did, this market will heat up real fast again in the first quarter or the first 6 months. The vision moving forward is, you'll notice that I said with the advent of the election, at the time I wrote that, I didn't know necessarily who was winning and who wasn't winning, but you'll see a rise in interest rates. As the economy starts to pump dollars in, power increases. When the borrowing power increases, then there's a higher demand for money. And more than likely, we'll take a look at their long-term rates, which affects mortgage rates. Okay, so think of the future. So when I wrote to you in that article, it may be best to put your home on the market now. It may be best to buy right now, because one, you're buying at historically low rates that everyone admittedly are just saying now they're going to be higher. Wait for that. A 1% increase affects the pricing buying power by 10%. So if you have a $400,000 home and you want the same house payment and it goes up from 4 to 5%, your buying power is going to be at $360,000. Well, that's a significant difference to a buyer who wants to buy in today's market and keep their house payment approximately the same. The vision you need to bring, the dialogue you need to bring, is all about what's this new election going to bring? What's this mean? What does it do? Well, no question, Denver is an isolated market of low inventory for sure, but it is not an isolated market so be prepared that all things are created twice. I mean, that things are going to be done first mentally, second physically. You have to start to add these dialogues into your words to get them out. And remember, memory is in the past, and everyone here uses, well, I remember when I was doing this, right? You know, I always think of my parents who told me how hard their life was. I think I've turned into them. Okay, you know, they keep telling Alexis how hard my life was compared to hers. But that's good, because what we've done is we've provided a better life for our kids. So, and it's infinite. It's just, you as a real estate professional have to possess a vision more than just a month or two. You have to show what it's going to be. So the most important part about that is what's your personal destiny and what's your purpose and what's your meaning of doing this in life. And as we're doing business planning individually for you, if you don't have a sense of why you do what you do, then you need to sit down and kind of get in a quiet spot and just say, I do. Do you sell homes? You really don't sell homes. Buyers and sellers sell homes. What you do is you change people's lifestyles moving from one location to another. Changing a lifestyle is a really important lives. According to the National Association of Realtors, 72% of people who buy, they don't buy because of the price, they don't buy because of interest rates, they buy because they want a neighborhood that's an improvement to their family. 72% of the time. It's an amazing statistic from NAR. So with that said, our purpose has got to be, how do we help people move their lifestyle from one location to another? Because that's what we're doing. Think about how you fit into that. Vision is affirming people. Right now, I hope that you're calling people up and saying, you know, Seema, I was thinking of you and Steve today. I just wanted to say happy holidays. Chance to do this. You get one chance a year to do this. Affirm them. Affirm your people that you like. Affirm the people you want to be around. Could be in your car. You could be making a mental call of everybody through. Because the days of sending Christmas cards, you know, I think the number of Christmas cards I get is down easily by 80%. I get a lot of electronic stuff now. I've always put my Christmas cards on some place, like here at the office, I put it on the door, or at home I have a counter space that I put all the Christmas stuff. Well, over the years, that has diminished. Well, what could replace that, or a phone call? It's your choice. So what's your vision of affirming those people and believing in what you're doing? I put down there, imagination is more important than knowledge. Being creative is visionary. Being creative could be expensive. Okay. I found one of our competitors copied our botanic, which is kind of a nice compliment. It's a nice compliment. But the reality of it is they're not operating it the way I would think you get the biggest bang for your buck. So have a good vision and be creative this holiday season with what you're saying. Secondly, have a discipline. Step of the chain of being able to get to a higher productivity level. Those people that are disciplined, you know, we had the Olympics this past year, and if you watched any of the Olympic athletes, amazing stories of how disciplined they are to compete and to shoot for a 2-week period, and they could have been practicing for 4 years. You know, 4 years earlier, Missy Franklin was a wonderful story here in Colorado about her swimming at, success. She was a true champion because she knew she didn't quite have the same level, but she handled it better than most people. Most people would have done something stupid, but she didn't. Come back to another Olympics, and she'll be disciplined. She'll take that discipline that got her there in the first place. What I mean by that is we've had 2 or 3 really good real estate years, and we tend to get lazy. We get away from our discipline. We get away from our systems. There's nothing more important than you committing to your system of listing property or committing to your system of working with buyers. The minute you negotiate with your system, your discipline has changed. It's changed. You need to look at, how do I become more disciplined in my systems? Maybe I'm newer as an agent, and I have to spend more time understanding the system. Many times when I say, I need to tweak this system. You know, if you're using a cleaning crew right now and it's gotten a little stale, make it a little fresher. The discipline of understanding the system is what people hire us to do. Okay? Plan and modifying your plan is called execution. I want you to understand that just because we're coming up with a business plan, both as an office and you as individuals, along the way based on the marketplace. The great part about this company, we are a commando style force. We move quickly. We adapt quickly. If you're a really big entity that takes, you know, when we were at Prestige, you had to move 500 agents. It took a long time to get all 500 people saying the same thing. 6 people to say the same thing. It's way easier. And that's an advantage in today's world. That's why we keep the company smaller. It's because I think you have to adapt faster to changes. Adapt faster to the economics of what's going to happen. Have a discipline in doing that. And then you have to know what happy people know. Happy people sacrifice something to get what they want. The entitled people of our culture are not sacrificing anything. Now, I happen to grow up and watch World War II people and Vietnam people come back, sacrifice lives for something called freedom. And there's a big divide in our world, not just here in America. There's a big divide over the entitled and the people who have sacrificed. Now, that doesn't mean every young person in America is not sacrificing something. But I am telling you that if you want to be happier, it's like doing a good workout. Your muscles ache, but they ache in a positive way. If you don't sacrifice to do the workout, you can't get to your end result, whether it's weight loss or being stronger or running a race or whatever your goal was. Whatever it is, the discipline of sacrificing something is really is soul building. It builds your soul. Because at the end you go, I did that. Sales is all about what I did. Even though we don't want to put it in those terms. It's a very individualistic sport. If one of the agents is having a really good year, it has no effect on you other than maybe some momentum. And the good news here is that we're sharing business, we're sharing opportunities, so it makes you feel part. You get kind of on the train. There's some operations that there's some people that in an office of 50 to 100 people list, here's our top lister for the month. If you have 50 people in your office and you have 2 people who win awards, what does the other 48 people feel like? They're still sacrificing. They're still trying, but they're not part of the whole. That's why we don't do that. We don't do that for that specific reason. Someone asked me, oh, can we get an award? Well, that's what the association does. They can give you awards. No, there's a sacrifice that comes with it. And then top producers are very disciplined. Successful people form habits that they repeat on a daily basis. They just repeat. They just do the same things. Okay? I want you to think about that. First characteristic that you want to embrace is called passion. This creates optimism and creates excitement, enthusiasm. There's an emotional connection for sure. But if you are lacking passion, you're lacking heart. People don't want to be around boring people. They want to be around passionate people. Now, if you're passionate about making rum cake for the holidays, people still want to be around you. You don't have to be passionate about real estate. You just have to be passionate about something. You just have to go, well, I'm the best rum cake maker there are in the world. And if you're passionate about it, people get excited about that. If you go to a social event and you don't come with some passion of something you're doing, you are boring. Nobody wants to be with you. Embrace, what are you doing? This year we're taking food down to my mom for Thanksgiving, and of course my mom being Italian's got to have Italian food. Turkey. So Kimberly's making all of the turkey stuff so she can do it gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, taste-free, whatever she makes, right? She can do all of that stuff, right? And I'm in charge of the Italian food. Guess how great this is. I can't wait. has made lasagna for our family since I've been born. And she's made sausage and peppers. And she's made meatballs. Now, not a big Italian meal, but lasagna, sausage and peppers, meatballs, and then some chopped salad, right? Percent what we're gonna do. And I started telling my sons, I said, hey, we're gonna do this. And they got all excited. Now Alexis has got it and said, I want to be in charge of the pies. Everyone now all of a sudden has a little part of it. And when I get to my mom's house, she only eats like a bird. She's 4'8", shrinking. She can't weigh 90 pounds. So the thought of her eating all of this stuff isn't going to happen. To see what her face will look like when her grandchildren and her children bring stuff to her, let her do it. I'm kind of fun about it. It'll be fun. To me, it's exciting. So for the next week, I get to tell people what I'm doing, right? It's an unrelenting drive. I would say, I wrote that in there because I would suggest to you that you guys consider me highly focused. Would that be fair? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty focused. This doesn't define the passion that it comes with. It's an unrelenting drive just to keep going. It's an unrelenting spirit that says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get to this level. So I want you to think about, what is your unrelenting drive for? And beyond, what does that look like to you? What are you going to do through thick and thin to get to where you want to go? Passion is about believing that predicting the future is by creating it. The great part about coming up with So How's the Market blog, the great part for you is you get to predict the future every month. And there's no responsibility on your part to even worry about it. Okay? You don't have, you can just say, and if it's wrong, they don't remember you said we. You say, well, my broker predicts those things. Right? There's no responsibility on your part. How passionate could you be about never being wrong? You're never wrong when it comes to So How's the Market. Because if the predictions are correct, what are you going to take credit for? That. But if the predictions are wrong, who are you going to blame? So there's no responsibility. It could be the greatest gift ever given to salespeople. There's no risk. Nothing. The needs of the world cross, there lie engine vocation. It's Aristotle. Okay, so when you start getting passionate about what you bring to the table and have no fear about that, then you'll start to see some really good things happen. Finally, passion is being able to find your unique talents and your special role. We all have different strengths. We bring different strengths to the table. People want to hear what you're good at. They don't necessarily want to hear you brag. Bragging is, well, I sold 40 homes this year. About 15 million, that's pretty good. Like 6 homes. That's bragging, right? Bragging. Nobody feels good about that. If I went to a party and started saying that, people would start avoiding me like the plague. So don't confuse your skills with talent. So you have to have a way of being able to find a unique role. That's why I want you to start to think about, you help people change lifestyles. You help them move. They're moving from one place to another. That's changing their lifestyle. That the passion I have is about the enhanced services that we provide. Do not take them for granted because there's so few people doing that. There's so few people giving the consumer an enhanced package to be able to make their lifestyle move easier. The cleaning crew, whether it's a moving concierge, whether it's a handyman, whether it's a home warranty plan, whether it's any number of the things that you guys do, about it. But passion comes with a story. story. See, if I just said to a group of people at a social event, yeah, I do a whole bunch of really neat things, it's fun. That's not, they can't embrace that. Johnny Appleseed plants apple seeds. If you want to get apples, you gotta plant the seeds. Create your dialogue so that you're passionate about your specific skill. So one of the words that I would use, market going, Jack. It's a very exciting, challenging market. I think we have two worlds that are converging. We have the and we have the upper price properties, and those worlds are coming closer as we speak all the time. In fact, here's the story. In fact, regardless of whether it's an upper end property or lower end property, the thing I'm most excited about here is taking some things off of their plate, putting it on my plate when they move. And it's going to be different for each property owner. It's just cleaning their house for them at the day of closing. Have you ever been to a closing and you got to go, gosh, I got to get back to the house because the moving people there and the thing off their plate, and they loved it. Yeah. Okay, you said your emotional state. Let them absorb it. Stop talking. Let them say, I've never heard anyone do that. Well, that is neat. Build your passion of what you're doing. Okay? Talent is using your passion every day. Incredible. Finally, the fourth value you need to bring this holiday season and be thankful for is conscience. Conscience is that thing where you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go, oh boy, I forgot that. That's conscience. That's that system we all have, and we get like nervous sweats and go, oh my goodness, what did I do now? Right? Mm-hmm. Conscience is good. Your balancing act for truth. Conscience keeps you truthful. It's a universal phenomenon. So, you gotta have some boundaries to it though. Because if you got up every night at 2 o'clock worrying about all the things you didn't do, you wouldn't be very healthy to take on the battle the next day. So understanding that this is an inner strength that you gotta have. How do you work through it? Sense of right and wrong at the time. We're trying to go through, when you guys ask me questions and you go, where'd you call my client for me? Well, of course I can call your client. But that's a fear on your end that your conscience is telling you you're not going to give them the answer they want to hear. And you'd either rather me deliver the bad news. Now, your conscience is going to play games with you if you do that. And I'm okay to support you. I'm okay to be here. But you have got to say to yourself, I can handle this. I don't care what this is. You can handle it. Escalates. Then you bring in the cavalry. But if you don't try to handle it first, if you don't get to the point of saying, I'm going to at least try, then you're like never getting up to bat to swing at the baseball. You're going to wait for the perfect pitch and try to hit it when that's not how life works. Okay? So, this is that little voice within you. Ego's a little tyrannical, frankly. Ego is what we try to eliminate as salespeople, but it keeps drifting in. Drifting in is people want to know how many homes have you sold, how many homes have you sold in my neighborhood, how fast have you sold them. They want to know the specifics of what you've done, and that's what your direct mail program should be doing to support you. To verbalize your successes, because when you do, I can absolutely guarantee you your direct mail program, messaging program is not working. It's not getting them what they need. I don't ever have anybody ask me how many homes have you sold, Jack? Ever. You want to know why? It's in their face every month. They don't need to ask me, have you sold any homes lately? They don't have to ask that. Because what are they getting? Print. They're getting just listed, just sold. Here's the market, here's this, right? So I don't have to display my ego in communication because the groundwork is laid. You have to have an unbearing conscience to say, I've got a business plan I'm going to stick with. If your budget can afford $1 million a month, $2 million a month, $3 million, whatever it is, you got to stick to your budget. And you got to stick to your consistent plan. Because your conscience will be much better if esteem becomes better because they're thinking this person's competent. The reason your conscience is weak is because you have an incompetency that may be presented to you. And the only way to get through that issue is to confront it, not to run from it. And it is okay. I'm going to give you kind of Jack's. It's okay to say to the consumer, that's a great question. I don't know, but I'll get back with you. It is okay to say that. Nobody expects you to know everything. Nobody. So that's not the expectation of the consumer. Confront it and answer it and try and just let Jack handle it or Becky handle it or somebody else handle it for you, then you are missing the opportunity to have your conscience in balance. Conscience teaches us that the ends and the means are inseparable. Don't call people. You know when you don't. And you become accepting of not making relationship calls. I thought what Jim Romano had to say about how he divides it up, and frankly, it's what I gave him. He's the first week, the B's the second week. It's a very simple system. He knows where he is, right? You don't have to think too hard. And that's all the systems I ever got. You don't want to think too hard about the system. You just want to do it, correct? And I've given that to many, many agents over the years. It's just call people with last name A the first week and D the second, and go through it. Get through it. As a new agent, I actually put you on a 60-day cycle. If you remember what I said, is you're going to call A's day 1 and B's day 2. 42 working days in a 60-day cycle. And at the end of the 42nd day, you should be at the Z's or C last names, or M last names, or T and S last names, right? Then you do some of the other letters. You don't have too many X's. I always love the X day. Oh man, this is going to be a great day. Correct? But it's a system and your conscience feels better about you making the calls. Hardest. But after that, then you get into the routine. So you got to just get through the first one. Your conscience also helps you retain self-respect. It is better to displease the people by doing what you know is right than to temporarily please them by doing what is wrong. Maybe at times, maybe, but I may not be as effective. I would just tell you that part of my conscience is I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, really. I don't think anybody wants to do that. But when you're in the heat of it, someone says, what about this? Well, my A-type personality pops out. I'm going to answer it the best way I can. And my conscience allows me to do that. I've grown with that. Right? It is who I am. It is my We have Pandora playing here for those that are not here. We just had a little Pandora moment. Okay? So your conscience, I think, either holds you back or pushes you forward. I'm okay with being less tactful if I get to the end result. And you need to know that. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I just think the end result is you need to be better. Some people don't care for that. Some people don't. It's kind of like the football coach calling the play on the carpet. I was watching Kubiak's kind of report on Tuesdays. Kubiak reports on the Broncos every Tuesday. And he flat out said, he goes, Simeon backed up too far. It's not our offensive line. 11 yards, we can't protect him at 11 yards. He's got to stay at 7 yards. Pretty tactless. But truthful. I said, boy, I would have said that. And you know, you just gotta have a conscience that allows you to say the things to get you to where you want to be without respect. How many times have you said to yourself, boy, I wish I had said that? How many times in life have you said, boy, I wish I've done it plenty of times. You want to know why? Is you're trying to set boundaries with your conscience so that you don't hurt somebody. Was maybe at that particular moment, a little bit of truth and honesty was exactly what we needed. I don't know. You'll never know until you're all done. But the conscience is many times it's either they're holding back or it's giving you a level of self-respect. So this holiday season, I want to make sure you're looking forward. I want you to be able to predict the vision of your future. What's the market doing? Where are you going? All right? I want you to be able to have a discipline to take some action steps. If you're not taking action every day toward moving in the right direction, then you're not growing. So, pretty simple. Are you going to 5 homes a day every day? Are you going to 5 homes to go preview 5 homes? If you have nothing better to do, are you going to 5 homes? Are you practicing those newer people? Are you practicing some forms? Buy-sell contract, how to build a listing agreement, how to go through the buyer agency agreement, and are you practicing it to the point where you can describe it to somebody? Are you practicing it? Because if you don't know the forms, and you just hope to goodness that they sign the electronic contract without asking you a question of what Section 29 means, no, because that hurts your self-confidence. You have to be passionate. Please take something, I don't care what it is, make yourself to say for the next 45 days, I'm going to be passionate about, and you fill in the blank. And I'll make sure everyone I touch knows how passionate I am about this thing. About it. Now, that could be what Partners for Hope is going to provide you guys. Could be, you know, if you gave to a particular nonprofit and you're going to go out there, that could be your passion. You know what? Maybe this is holiday season. All year I saved up money, and we're giving money to X. That could be your family's doing. It could be making lasagna. It could be whatever you want it to be. And I know that it may not just be one item. There may be weekly passionate things you get. Because you may have completed one by Thanksgiving, you got to come up with a new one. Right? That's passion. Your excitement overcomes all the weaknesses we have. Everybody has deficiencies. You know, we're all just not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. Do we want to be perfect? No, I don't think so. But most certainly, if you're excited about things, all of the deficiencies you ever thought you had in your life. But if you're excited about nothing, nobody wants to do things with you. They don't want to bake rum cake with you if you're not excited. Oh, I got to do the rum cake. Oh, my. Oh, well, good luck with that, Mark. Okay. And then be principle bound or have a conscience that says, I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to do it consistently in my business act. Because people see that. So with that, you have an opportunity to spend some time with your family, your friends, in social aspects, maybe coworkers from previous life, and so forth. You have more fun times in the next 45 days than any time in the rest. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. And I hope you'll embrace the 4 values that we presented today. So with that, we're all done.
Thanks, Jack.
Have a great one.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
No, I